Make a Path presents Let's Talk. Let's Talk The Walking Dead Season 6 Walker Army. Alright Deadheads, this video is coming probably a few days after you have already read this interview or watched the video. Now there's a lot of people who haven't seen the video and they're just listening to what other people are saying, especially third-party sources like internet articles and everything like that, and I think that's where most of the confusion is. I decided that I was going to look at the video and it was released right on The Walking Dead's official page, and I'm only following, and that's why I'm also late with this, I'm only following the official Skybound The Walking Dead webpage and AMC's official pages. Now I'm doing that to stay away from spoilers. Third-party sources, sometimes you run across spoilers and it's already too late and you get the information. But anyway, what I've been noticing, and this is where I think the problem is how you say it about this Walker Army. It's the perception that changes, and I think that's messing people up, because a lot of people have come to me said that Greg Nicotero said the Wolves are creating this Walker Army and they're going to use it to attack Alexandria. And that's not even close to what Greg Nicotero actually says in the interview. What Greg Nicotero is talking about is, we already saw the Walker Army. It's the trap in Season 5. That's their Walker Army. You know, if you go back and actually watch it, and I'll try to leave a link in the description on the Walking Dead by Skybound's webpage, if you go and listen to his words and actually watch the article, he's talking about that trap that Daryl and Aaron find where Morgan shows up and rescues them from. But that's not saying that trap isn't mobile or part of that trap. Now, we do know that Shire Will is most likely 40 to 50 miles away from that trap. We know that it looks like they used some sort of truck to crash into the wall, maybe released some walkers, so there is a possibility the story can take that route. I do not believe, however, they're going to utilize that as the entire No Way Out story arc. For those of you who do not know the No Way Out story arc from the comic, it's basically a herd that attacks Alexandria. It has nothing to do with the wolves. In the comic book, it's two different mini stories that are almost back to back. And the wolves are called the Scavengers in the comic. I'm sure you already know all of this. Anyway, one of the biggest reasons why I don't think they're going to utilize the wolves as the No Way Out story arc is because then you're taking two different stories and you're just crushing them together for no apparent reason. There might be a slight reason why they would do this, and like I said before in my other prediction video, I think they're going to do it to make a weak spot. Let's say, in the wall, the gate, or the fence. If they ram a truck or a big rig in there, release some walkers. Now, this is a big action segment. Now the wall's damaged, so that's going to link in with the story coming for No Way Out. And I think that the gunfire from that battle, and there will be gunfire, is going to attract other walkers from outside. And the biggest reason I think they shouldn't do it, or they most likely won't, is because a lot of people forget the No Way Out story arc. It comes in waves of walkers. It's not like one group of walkers that's a mega herd, a massive herd, hits the Alexandria safe zone, and you have No Way Out. You have a small cluster of walkers hit. The survivors fight them. You know, then you have another wave coming, push the survivors back inside the gates, so it's not just one cluster of walkers that hits. So instead of me just rambling, I'm going to encourage you, go listen to Greg Nicotero's words himself. Just listen to his words himself. Don't listen to third-party sites. Don't listen to other fans on social media, because it's getting twisted around somewhat. Because by the time it got to me, when people were coming to me, people were actually telling me that Greg Nicotero said that they got a Walker Army, and they're going to take this army and go attack Alexandria with it. And they told me that Greg Nicotero said that. You know what I mean? So if you watch the interview, you're going to see he doesn't say that at all. He's talking about Season 5. You know what I'm saying? So go and check out Greg Nicotero's words. I'm going to encourage you to do that. And again, links in the description. But I do want to add real quick before you go, they did say that Morgan is going to be the spine of Season 6. Now that can be interpreted in many different ways. But let's just sit back for a second and listen to them saying, Greg Nicotero, in that interview as well, he said, they're going to use the comic book as a guideline, and they have some new stuff for us. Then the Wolves have this Walker Army. We got clues from that. that they've been building. We don't know if it's mobile yet. We don't know if they're going to bring it to Alexandria. But we do know that they're going to be doing something a little bit different with the wolves, apart from what they were in the comic book as the scavengers. We have, let's see, the Morgan, the wolves, the No Way Out. It's very important. It's crucial to the story. No Way Out is actually the first step to Negan, believe it or not. Not Negan coming. Put it this way, in the comic book, if you look at it, as far as the characters and what motivates them, No Way Out is what motivates the war, the all-out war in the comic book. It directly motivates that, because No Way Out is where they put their foot down and they say, listen, especially Rick, he says, this is our home. So they have to do No Way Out. So now I'm thinking, and a lot of us are thinking they're going to rush the story. Now I'm thinking there's a real big chance that they might not do the Terminus formula where we have the first 3 episodes about the wolves, then No Way Out, then Hilltop. I'm thinking they might just do, you know what, scratch that. Let me throw this at you. The premiere starts, yeah, we're going to go and rescue Denise and Heath. Comic book characters that we've wanted to see, that they served no purpose in the story for season 5, so there was no reason to cast them yet. Let's bring in, since the Doctor's gone, we find Denise and Heath. They're a couple in the comic anyway. There'll be a couple on the show. We find them. We bring them back to the Alexandria safe zone. We need to see the wolves find the safe zone. Let's not forget that. So the wolves most likely will not be attacking in the first or second episode. Let's just say we got some other stuff happening in the first 2, 3, 4 episodes, and the wolves attack somewhere around the mid-season finale. So we have the wolves finding Alexandria in episode 6-ish, and then maybe attacking in episode 7, cliffhanger-ish, and then episode 8, the mid-season finale, we have the confrontation with the wolves. So, loosely based around that timeline. Then we have the second half of season 6, No Way Out. The attack from the wolves is going to, depending on how they attack now, they have the wall that's crushed in now. They got to reinforce that a little bit. Walkers are starting to come because of all the gunfire. Little do they know, a tree line or 2 past there's a huge group of walkers that are making their way towards where that noise first directed them to. So we have the waves now in the back half of season 6. So let's say the season finale ends with the aftermath of No Way Out. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the immediate aftermath and then Jesus looks at them through the goggles or whatever. I don't know if they're going to save Jesus for season 7, but let's just say now we have a good idea with the Morgan, the new material, the wolves being a little more complex and diabolical than we had thought, and No Way Out being almost 100%. I'm just, in my gut, I feel like No Way Out's going to come. I'm starting to feel like No Way Out won't be until the second half of season 6. But listen, I'm just rambling now. So, I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. Keep in mind, I have the Walking Dead comic covers series on my channel. Go ahead and check that out. I don't want to sound cocky, but a lot of people are loving it. And I did those videos as a fan, not as a content creator. I did those videos as something that I would enjoy as a fan of the Walking Dead comic. So please check that out if you haven't checked that out. And I made a playlist specifically for the season 6 of The Walking Dead. Check that out as well. And for those of you interested, yes, I did finish season 2 of Game of Thrones. That will be coming, and season 3 is already in my Blu-ray player. So, a lot more to come. Leave all your thoughts and opinions down below on multiple topics. Shit, just spill your guts. I'm done talking. It's your turn. Subscribe now.